Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things I personally find intriguing enough for me to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application On This Day, the icon of which is shown as cutoff prevention at the beginning and end of each episode. The music in the background is puzzled by RetroVision, which I found on the YouTube channel No Copyright Sounds, aka NCS. For links to the app, music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar. Now, before we get on with the show, I just want to give a warm Californian welcome to my good friend Menlog. And by warm, I mean it's 82 degrees with 52% humidity in Los Angeles. Enjoy your time out here, buddy, and watch out for the drivers. We're crazy out here. Now let's get on with the show, shall we? Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, June 30th, 2016. In 2013, 19 firefighters perished while attempting to control a wildfire in Yarnell, Arizona. Also in 2013, mass protests were held in Egypt. In 1997, the United Kingdom transferred sovereignty over Hong Kong to the People's Republic of China. In 1990, East and West Germany merged their economies. In 1986, the United States Supreme Court ruled in Bowers v. Hardwick that states can outlaw homosexual acts between consenting adults. In 1977, the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization disbanded. In 1971, Ohio ratified the 26th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, reducing the voting age to 18, thereby putting the amendment into effect. In 1971, the crew of the Soviet Soyuz 11 spacecraft lost their lives when their air supply escaped through a faulty valve. That's what they get for outsourcing to China. In 1966, the National Organization for Women, the United States' largest feminist organization, was founded. In 1960, Congo gained independence from Belgium. In 1953, the first Chevrolet Corvette rolled off the assembly line in Flint, Michigan. In 1937, the world's first emergency telephone number, 999, was introduced in London.
From today, dialing 999 won't get you the emergency services. And that's not the only thing that's changing. So, remember the new number.
01153. No. 01118. 3. Hello? Is this the emergency services? Then which country am I speaking to? Hello? Hello?
In 1936, Emperor Haile Selassie of Abyssinia appealed to the League of Nations against Italy's invasion of his country. In 1934, the Night of the Long Knives, which was Adolf Hitler's violent purge of his political rivals in Germany, took place. In 1922, in Washington, D.C., Secretary of State Charles Evans Hughes and Dominican Ambassador Francisco J. Pinedo signed the Hughes-Pinedo Agreement, which ended the United States occupation of the Dominican Republic. In 1917, during World War I, Greece declared war on the Central Powers. In 1912, the deadliest tornado event in Canadian history took place when the Regina cyclone hit Regina, Saskatchewan, which caused the deaths of 28 people. In 1906, the U.S. Congress passed the Meat Inspection Act and the Pure Food and Drug Act. In 1905, Albert Einstein sent the article on the electrodynamics of moving bodies, in which he introduced special relativity for publication in Annalen der Physik. In 1886, the first transcontinental train trip across Canada departed from Montreal. It arrived in Port Moody, British Columbia on July 4th. In 1882, Charles J. Guiteau was hanged in Washington, D.C. for the assassination of U.S. President James Garfield. In 1864, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln granted Yosemite Valley to California for, quote, public use, resort, and recreation, end quote. In 1860, the 1860 Oxford Evolution debate at the Oxford University Museum of Natural History took place. In 1805, the U.S. Congress organized the Michigan Territory. And in 1520, Spanish conquistadors led by Hernan Cortez fought their way out of Tenochtitlan. Births: Fahim Rashad Najam, aka T-Pain, 1985, Michael Phelps, 1985, Mike Tyson, 1966. And that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. Don't forget to rate 5 thumbs and subscribe for your dose of past events daily. I am Aeoxander, and you are you. Toodles!